Feels good. We've put ourselves in a tough spot, with that last road trip, and I think that shows the fight that we have here in this locker room. There's some young guys and some vets here, but I think everybody's pretty gritty, and we're ready to grind it out any way we can, and start winning some meaningful ball games.
You were really effective today. What was working for you?
I really liked my fastball today. I was kind of out there just letting it rip. It was nice and hot out. Being from Florida felt kind of good. Little heat, little humidity, and using that and just trying to let the breaking stuff play off of it.
You're walking toward the dugout, get a nice ovation. I saw you tip the cap. What's that feeling like after it's kind of a rough season?
Yeah, I can't say thank you to the fans enough. I meant to say thank you after the Nationals game. Right there before the break, but to have some rough outings and come here and pitch good in front of the home crowd, that feels great. But to hear him give me some applause feels even better, and I really appreciate it.
Well, the Padres are in that number 3 wild card spot. How big is it to take the first 2, knowing that you still got 5 more against them?
It's big. They're I'm sure they're going to come out the next 2 days gunning for us. Especially when we come out to San Diego on their turf. So we still have a lot of unfinished business here and there. Just got to play some good hard-nosed baseball. Got to play tight. That's a good team over there. They're a couple games ahead of us for a reason, and we're beating them the last 2 games for a reason. We're a good, strong ball club here as well, and we're going to fight as much as we can.
It's a Padres team that a lot of ball in play. They don't swing and miss a lot, but you seem to have everything working with you tonight. What was the approach against the Padres today?
The approach was mostly be aggressive early and try to expand late. And try hard not to get into too many deep counts. They've got some guys in that lineup. Tatis leading off first at bat. 7-8 pitches. Arias is good for a 10-pitch at bat at least once a game. So, try to limit that. Try to get quick outs. In the zone down. Let the defense work. Play some great defense today. Great heads up play by Donnie with the assist from Jaywalk, and Jaywalk and Vic really out there. Chasing out some balls in the outfield. So.
I think somebody said it was the first time in 27 years the Padres had more than 10 hits and didn't score. Is that just pitching? Is that a part of pitching around some damage every now and then?
Yeah, I had some traffic there in a few of those innings, and just try to keep the ball on the edges, get some weak contact. I got lucky with some shallow pop flies. Burley coming on that ball by Arias, making a good strong throw, keeping Diaz at third, and getting some ground balls. I 1 strikeout today, but it's timed it up pretty good, with the guys in scoring position. Yeah, so, just, a little bit of strategy, a little bit of luck goes a long way sometimes. But in general, just, sticking with the game plan and trying to get weak contact and being a little tight with those guys in scoring position.
I feel like your bunch has still got a run in you, that you can get this thing to the playoffs. It's still a long way away, but I mean.
Absolutely, yes.
What makes you believe that?
Coming off a tough road trip, coming back and taking 2 games from the team that's kind of right in front of you. That shows some grit. That shows the determination. Back and forth game the other day. They scored off Sonny early, and the offense came right back and kind of didn't stop. Same thing today. I think we had 3 runs on 1 hit at one point. That just getting guys on, getting guys over, getting them in any way you can. If we can find a way to manufacture runs like that, we'd be a pretty dangerous team.